Hello, Garry families. Welcome back to the Garry 5, where we bring our Garry home to your home. We hope you had a wonderful spring break. And this week we are going to talk to you about making sure you're staying the course. We're going to have Dr. Watson share some things about grades and talk to us a little bit about what's coming up and why it's so important to have some conversations with your students about doing their work, getting it in on time, and doing their best. Dr. Watson.
Hi, parents and guardians out there. Well, let me start by giving you a grade progress check right now. We are coming up on the end of the third quarter, coming up this Friday. I think that would be the 12th, April 12th, I think. End of the quarter, which means we're already down to just one quarter to go for the summer. So how are the students doing in terms of passing rates? Well, the 8th graders right now, they're doing a pretty good job. At least the 8th grade group as a whole is doing the best in our school, with now 62% of all of our 8th graders are passing all 6 classes. Now, I wish it were a lot better than that, and we're still working with them about 100% completion of all your schoolwork. Every student can do that in this building, and we're trying to work with the kids that you try, grit and perseverance, and complete all of your assignments to the best of your ability, because one, it shows that you're willing to work hard, and second of all, it allows the teacher to see inside your brain. When kids just say, I don't get it, that doesn't mean much to a teacher. It's hard to help a student when they just go, I don't know, I just don't get it. But when a teacher sees a page full of answers, right or wrong, then they understand where that child's brain is at, and they know how to give specific advice and specific feedback on how to improve their learning. Well, every student can do that. And the teachers tell me if all students would just do that, they would be passing their classes. They just would be. So it looks like our 8th graders right now are taking that message to heart. On top of that, Devony, we know just maturity-wise, the 8th graders are just growing up. They're going to be in high school before you know it. All kids just start growing up in middle school and start understanding the importance of their academics, moving into getting ready for high school and moving on to post-secondary plans. And we want all kids to move past high school with post-secondary training, either going to technical schools, 2-year colleges, or 4-year universities. Continue their training afterwards, after high school. So let's get back to our passing rates. So we're done with 8th graders at 62%. Well, our 7th graders is actually a flip of that, and it's pretty scary, parents and guardians. Only 26% of our 7th graders, and that's the lowest out of our 3 grades, are passing all of their classes. And teachers will say, they just don't want to work. It's not like they don't get it. They just don't want to work. Parents and guardians, we need your help to talk to them about work ethic. And yes, you must work, and you are capable of putting your best answers and completing all assignments 100% to the best of your ability. So when only 26% are passing, they are not learning very much. And the teachers are doing everything possible to get them to understand that and to grow up and understand that they're hurting their big, beautiful future by not working. Now let's move on to 6th graders. It's not much better. Of course, they're just coming out of elementary school, but they're at 37% passing all their classes. And the same advice applies. And so this is the perfect time right now to be talking with kids. The 4th quarter is almost over. It's going to be 2 months, and boom, we're going to be out of classes, and we're going to be moving on to summer school. So now is the time for kids to start ratcheting it up and pressing hard and doing their work. So Devony, what are the things that you're doing with your own children, and what other advice do you have for parents?
I think the big thing is looking through PowerSchool, seeing if you have any missing assignments. I do have a 7th grader, and he also is impacted by just struggling to do all of his work, getting it in. So it's looking to see if he has missing assignments, checking in with teachers. He sometimes stays after school. We have great teachers who are willing to work with your students if they're struggling, and making sure that he's just getting it in. We're talking a lot about make sure you get your work in on time and respecting your teachers by doing it. So that's a big thing. And then also I've been having some conversations with them. This isn't a time to just glide over the finish line. The end of the year is when you really ramp it up. We have so much packed in. We only have 8 weeks of school left, Dr. Watson, but it's not going to be easy. We've got some testing coming up. We have end of year activities. So it's time to really put your nose to the grindstone, make sure that they're working hard, and they get the reward of summer, but they need to work hard to get there. So if you have questions, if you have concerns, reach out. But thank you for joining us this week for the Garry 5, and catch us again next week. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.